Welcome back to JoyTube. If you are here for the first time, you are highly appreciated. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Today we are going to explore the life of Abraham after the passing on of Sarah. After the burial of Sarah, Abraham entered a new phase of his life. Despite his advancing years, he chose to remarry, demonstrating his enduring vitality and commitment to God's promise of numerous descendants. Abraham took a new wife named Keturah, a woman of the land of Canaan. Keturah bore Abraham 6 sons, Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shuach. These sons, though less known than Isaac and Ishmael, would go on to play significant roles in the unfolding story of the nations. Zimran, the firstborn, fathered Abihen, Molich, and Narim, establishing a lineage that would spread across the region. Jokshan, the second son, was the father of Sheba and Dedan, whose descendants are associated with trade and wealth in the biblical narrative. Medan, the third son, gave rise to Amida, Job, Gochi, Elisha, and Nothak, each of whom contributed to the growth of their respective tribes. Perhaps the most notable of Keturah's sons was Midian, the father of the Midianites, who would later play a significant role in the history of Israel. Midian's sons, Ephah, Shanosh, Arbida, and Eldar, established a powerful lineage that spread eastward, settling in the land that would bear Midian's name. Ishbak and Shuach, Keturah's other sons, also fathered nations, each carving out their own territories and legacies. Although these sons did not inherit the covenant promised to Isaac, Abraham did not neglect them. He provided generously for all his children, ensuring that they had the means to establish their own households and territories. Abraham's wisdom as a patriarch is evident in how he managed his family. While he gave gifts and sent Keturah's sons eastward to settle, he safeguarded Isaac's position as the primary heir, the one through whom God's covenant would be fulfilled. Isaac remained at the center of Abraham's legacy, as the chosen son through whom the promises would continue. In doing so, Abraham ensured that the covenant remained intact, while also honoring his other children's roles in the unfolding history of the nations. Each son played a part in fulfilling God's promise that Abraham would be the father of many nations, a promise that transcended Isaac alone. The legacy of Abraham through Keturah's sons is one of diversity and expansion, a testament to the fulfillment of God's promise that Abraham's descendants would be as numerous as the stars. Though they settled in different lands and followed different paths, each carried with them the legacy of Abraham, the patriarch who, even in his later years, shaped the destiny of nations. While Isaac carried the promise of the covenant, Abraham's firstborn son, Ishmael, also played a crucial role in the fulfillment of God's plans. Born to Abraham and Hagar, Sarah's handmaid, Ishmael's life journey would lead to the formation of a great nation, as foretold by God. Ishmael grew up under the watchful eye of his father Abraham but eventually parted ways with his half-brother Isaac. As a young man, Ishmael married twice. His first wife, Reba from Egypt, bore him 4 sons, Nebaioth, Kedar, Adbeel, and Mibsam, and a daughter named Bosmath. However, due to conflict within the family, Reba returned to Egypt, and Ishmael remarried a Canaanite woman named Malchith. Malchith bore Ishmael 8 more sons, Nishma, Duma, Massa, Chadad, Tema, Yetur, Naphish, and Kedma, completing the 12 sons who would become the patriarchs of their own tribes. These 12 sons of Ishmael, each a prince in his own right, would go on to establish powerful tribes, spreading across the lands from Havilah to Shur, near the borders of Egypt and toward Assyria. From Nebaioth, the eldest, came a tribe known for its flocks and herds, settling in the regions we now associate with northern Arabia. Kedar, the second son, became the ancestor of a powerful nomadic tribe, famous for their archery and their dominance of the trade routes. The tribes of Duma, Massa, and Chadad settled in the deserts to the east, becoming known for their wisdom and their control over vast stretches of land. These tribes did more than just survive in the harsh desert, they thrived, establishing themselves as key players in the ancient world. They controlled trade routes, facilitated the exchange of goods and ideas between distant lands, and contributed to the cultural and economic tapestry of the region. In this way, Ishmael's descendants fulfilled the prophecy given to Hagar in the wilderness, that Ishmael would become a great. As the years passed, the legacy of Abraham unfolded across the vast expanse of the ancient world. Through his sons Isaac, Ishmael and the sons of Keturah, Abraham's descendants spread far and wide, forming nations and tribes that would shape the course of history. These tribes, each carrying a piece of Abraham's legacy, became the foundation for countless peoples, languages, and cultures that flourished in the ancient Near East. From Isaac came the 12 tribes of Israel, the forebears of the Jewish people, whose story would be central to the unfolding narrative of the Bible. Isaac's son Jacob, later named Israel, fathered a nation that would endure countless trials, yet remain steadfast in their covenant with God, a covenant first established with Abraham. Stay tuned as we continue in the story of the legacy of Abraham. Thanks for watching. Share, subscribe and give us a thumbs up.